Hey everybody, welcome to my Wednesday afternoon live stream. Today we're going to be trying out some tape emulation plugins. I don't have a crazy amount of them. I think I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different ones that we're going to try. There's actually a lot of them out there. And I'm going to be trying it on, my original plan was to do it on like acoustic instruments like guitar and banjo and stuff like that. But I think I want to try it on some drums, and they are acoustic drums. So we're going to try that as well. But before we get into that, I would like to say hey to everybody. We've got Harper here. There he is. Oh, is that the camera you want to use? Use the wide angle one. Wave into the wide angle one. Yeah. Normally we have this camera over here running, but I am not touching it because I'm in the middle of working on a YouTube video and I don't want to move it because I got to finish filming later today. Kit will be here. She's actually out right now working on something, so she's going to be running in here partway through the stream. And I guess I don't know if Casey's here or not. I don't see Casey, who normally helps us mod. So at this point in time, we are unmodded. So y'all behave yourselves. Also, I don't know if anybody heard the song in the intro. That was by Nadine, who is one of the winners of our sample song contest. And she corrected me. I think last week I had Soul Machine on there, and I credited him with #1. I think he was #2, but then he was in... it was kind of complicated who was #1 and #2, and there were ties. But I listed her as #1 because she was definitely #1 on one of those lists. But that was her song, and I'm probably going to be playing more of those on future streams. So, yeah, I've got the ray gun, I've got the Studer up, and, well, I guess we'll just dive into it a little bit here, and I'll stop and take some questions. Oh, another thing I should mention... this is the first time I've ever done this, I think, on a live stream. I had to click that little button said, is this a paid promotion? No, it is not a paid promotion, but I was given some plugins. There's a plugin, and I'll show it to you here in a minute, that was sent to me literally 2 days ago. Somebody sent me an email, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And they sent it to me, and I was like, oh, I should put this on the live. It's actually why I'm doing this live stream, because I like the tape emulator so much. And some of the universal audio plugins were given to me because... the local rep is a guy I've known for like 25 years, and he just stopped by and said, hey, do you want the plugins? I was like, do I have to do anything? He's like, no, you can just have them. That's not, they asked me to do anything, but I end up showing them all the time. So technically speaking, this is an endorsed live stream, which is fine with me because I do not have the money to buy all the universal audio plugins, not to mention even the one that was just sent to me. Thanks, Chronic Dream. Appreciate it. Good morning. All right, so I'm going to jump into it. Let's go over to the DAW here. Now, what I'm going to be using today is, this is a song by the Infamous Stringdusters. I'm actually in the middle of mixing a 20-song album, and they said I could use some of this stuff. I can't play the vocals because they don't want to give everything away. And this is actually not mixed right now. It's got a little premix on it. But I thought it'd be a cool thing to try out some of these plugins on. I've not actually done a whole lot of tape emulation plugins in the past. This is actually some of these plugins I've never used. I have one that I use a lot, and I'll show that in a second. I ran over some of these earlier, and then Harper was experimenting with this for about an hour before the live stream. And I'm going to try them on different instruments, and then we'll try them on the mix bus and see what it sounds like. And if anybody's got any tricks with any of these plugins they know about, let me know. This is kind of new for me. Oh, and Lisa Chase Wolf over on Twitch, thank you so much for the subs. Really, really subscriptions. Appreciate that. You're a fan of Samsara TS? Oh, there's Casey. Casey just popped on. Thanks, Casey. I need your help because Kit's not here right now to mod, so hopefully everybody will behave themselves. Oh, you're not home? Okay. We are still unmodded. This is a dangerous live stream, so just keep that in mind. Yes, Jake on Instagram. I am live on Twitch. If you would like to have a better experience, go to YouTube or Twitch. I'm on all three of those at the same time. All right, so let's just get into it here. I'm going to start out on guitar. Hold on. song called Dry Spot in the Rain by the Dusters. I'm going to start with acoustic guitar. And plugins I'm going to be trying out. Like this is the one I've been using for a long time. This is Tape Head by Massey. And I really like this one a lot. To me, it's not... It does sound like tape. I like it almost more as an EQ because it really boosts up the lower mids and gives it a lot of warmth. We're also going to try out this one here. This is... what the heck is this thing called? It's the P821 MDN tape. It's a emulation of a... oh, I forget the name of the reel-to-reel. It's the one... Oh, my God. Is it a... It's not a Steffens, or maybe it's the one where the reels come in and the heads are down here and it kind of comes like that. I should have actually had that. But it's by Pulsar Modular. And when later on when Kit gets here, we'll put up the socials in the chat. We're also going to look at... What do we got here? We got the... we're going to look at the Universal Audio Studer. We're going to look at the Ampex. Universal Audio Oxide. There's this free one here called the Chow Tape Model, which I don't think is like at maybe the level of some of the other ones, but I got this one because it does kind of extreme, like really messed up tape emulation, which maybe it's probably not going to be right for the Dusters, but I'll probably use it on drums. We've also got this Real Bus one. I'm in the demo mode, so I got to keep hitting that. And then one of my all-time favorites is the Crane Song Phoenix, which not a lot of people know about, but I absolutely love this thing. So we'll just start kind of going through it here. Steffens, that's right, Max. Yeah, thanks. I couldn't remember the name of it. So that's what that one plugin is for. So actually, we'll start with that one. So let's go back to this by Pulsar Modular. I'm gonna just loop the acoustic here. Hold on, let me get a little loop happening here. And we'll just listen to it. Here we go. So here it is without it. Here it is with it. Now these are settings that Harper came up with earlier. This is not the default setting here. Let me turn on the output so we can get a more accurate AB here. Okay, so there is with it. Definitely warms it up. Now this one is kind of interesting. It's got you can choose between these two tape formulas. You got 456, Ampex 456. I forget what 900 is. Is that Scotch maybe? You've also got the tape speeds. And so in case anybody doesn't know, you got 15 inches per second and 30 inches per second, which can make, to me, that's usually what makes the biggest difference. I'm going to go back to 456 here. So here's 15 inches per second. See a little extra high end comes in on the 30 inches per second, which is what would happen with tape. It would be a more hi-fi sound. Whenever I'm using tape emulators, I normally go to 15. It's also got these EQs on it, which are very subtle. Like here, I'm going to take it a little bit here. Very subtle. Same with the high end. Bias, and bias is something that you would have on tape. It was a way that when you were recording, the erase head would align the oxide particles in a certain way, as I understand it, and that would, people who really knew about this could change the way things were biased to change the sound. I think this is a little more obvious. I'm going to mess with the low bias here. This stuff is, it seems really subtle. It's different than a different speed. Hold on, let me try 30 inches per second. Yeah, I don't know if it's me or not, but to me that it's incredibly subtle. But I always liked, for me, when I would record on analog, my whole thing was I didn't record. So I was typically like up here because I'd get tape compression. So like I'm gonna keep it up there. So this is probably how I would have actually recorded it if back when I was on tape, because I would hit that stuff so hard. So here it is without it. definitely louder because I'm cranking into it. Got it? Or with it? And it definitely warms it up, but it also does that tape compression thing, which is really cool. That was like, even when I was recording a soft guitar, I was still going into the red. I always like that sound. I'm going to check out the 900 tape formula. Go back to 15 inches per second. I think I like the 30. Click the red lights. Oh, maybe that's it. Ah. That's the thing about this plugin. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, because me and Harper are like, is this making any difference? It's still damn subtle, though. Hold on. Let me go back to 456, which is what I'm used to. Hold on. Let me go to pre. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much. I will say that about this plugin. There's a couple things that it took me a while to figure out. Where do you turn them off and on? And like, there's these red lights, and I'm thinking, it's on. You actually got to click the red light. Thank you so much. I'm like, boy, that's subtle. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I can hear a difference. Okay. I like that. What's the difference between pre and post? Well, pre would mean you're pushing the EQ into the tape, which could be really cool. Let's check out the bias. Thank you so much. Okay, here's without it. With it. Yeah. Still like 456 better. Now another thing that's kind of cool about this, which I didn't realize it has this modulation thing here. It's got tape flange on it, which I really like. See, that is cool. There's so many like digital flangers that I just have never liked. There's only a couple of them that I think are cool, and I like this one right off the bat. This actually sounds like an older flanger to me. As far as like let's see what it sounds like at a different tape speed. Oh, I like that. It's also got lo-fi. And a lot of this wouldn't necessarily be like appropriate for an acoustic guitar, but like drums. And I'm going to go to drums later because I really want to, now that I've figured out to click the red button, the red light, I want to try it on some drums. But I like this. It's also got tape delay. I think the tape delay... Whoa. I think you... Oh, let me turn off. Wait. Oh, yeah. I think the tape delay, the speed is based on the tape speed. I don't think you can really change like the milliseconds. It sounds great, but I think it's all going to be based on what speed you're at. I like tape delay. Sounds cool though. Okay, I've actually kind of like screwed up the sound a little too much now. So I don't know what I did. Oh, let's go back to 30 inches for a second. That's kind of cool. We're going to come back to that one, though. And I want to try this one on the mix bus, too. Like, some of these I'm wondering, like, is it better as an insert plugin or something you put on the mix bus? Like, I literally tried this thing out for 30 minutes last night, so I don't know that much about it. Let's see. I'm gonna look up here and see if there's anybody making comments. Do you EQ before or after a plugin that's on Twitch? It just depends. Like, for instance, I like to EQ before compressors. I kind of feel like I want to compress the tone that I'm getting. It's just kind of a little bit of a dance that if you go back and you start like, oh, hold on. I just realized something. if you start messing with the EQ, then it's going to affect the compression. So if you get a setting and then you want to adjust the EQ, you got to just keep your eye on the compressor. That's something I always do. But I think probably in most cases, like when I'm mixing something, I'm almost always starting with EQ because it's usually a tone thing that I'm dealing with, you know. Let's see. It's nice to get the mids cleaned up prior to hitting this thing. So Peter Martin saying it's nice to get the mids cleaned up prior to hitting this thing. And that was the other thing I was kind of wondering about, because I don't use a lot of tape emulator plugins. It was like, it seems to me like it would need to be the first thing on the channel. I mean, not necessarily, but like if you're like trying to like, okay, it's tape emulator, you would want to have it on there first before anything else. And I have no EQ on here. I mean, this guitar, yeah, I've actually got some settings that I EQ'd a little bit as I started mixing this thing. I got them turned off because I felt like it might affect, based on the output, like the difference between the different plugins. So this is like totally dry. And actually, now I'm thinking about it, let's see, he's got this. I'm going to bring up there's two microphones on. I'm going to bring up the high mic just a little bit. Let's try another one. So this right here is actually the plugin, the tape emulator plugin I've used the most. I played it a second ago. This is Tapehead by Massey. I just usually use the default setting. Here it is with it. Actually, I'm going to go back to the normal bias. So got it. Now, to me, and this will be more noticeable like on the fiddle and the banjo, which is where I use it the most, this thing, what I like about it is it just thickens up the low mids a lot. I don't know, you know, does it sound like tape? I guess so, you know, it's like, drive hard, you know, like I'm doing it, but I just kind of use it more as an EQ. I'm not going to spend too much time on that one, although it does have this bias thing on it, which is kind of cool. Like, if it's thickened it up a little too much, I can, like, turn it to this normal, like the middle setting here or the right, and it kind of helps balance out that thickness, which can be too much sometimes. And next, we've got, this is a universal audio one, and like I said, I've got friends who rave about these things. I never use these, and it might just be because I spent so many years working on analog. So much of my life was on analog, and to be honest with you, I hated it because it was noisy. The machines always needed work. I mean, God, and you know, they're cool. And then later on, I got into digital. I was like, oh, I missed the tape compression. That was the main thing. I can always find a way to warm something up. So I don't have a lot of experience with these, but I'm kind of digging some of this now that I'm hearing it. And like I said, I'm going to try these on the mix bus too, like later on in the stream. I'm just going to try it on the guitar for now. So this is a setting Harper came up with. Well, I had to jump in the shower real quick for the stream. I said, Harper, give me some settings. So Harper, this better be good. So here is the guitar through the Studer tape emulator. So he's running at 15 IPS. We're on Ampex 456. I like that. That's pretty cool. I like that. Oh, thanks, Tylo. Appreciate it so much. Let's try 30. Let's hit that 10. Try some different tape formulas. It's pretty solid. I like seeing the reels move. This might be something I just pull up during sessions for my clients, just so they can see a reel going. Let's go from 30 to 7.5 inches per second. Hilton's asking on YouTube, what do I think of the Kramer tape emulation? I don't actually have it in here right now because I think that's a Waves one. I never really liked that one that much. Now, keep in mind, I've got friends that are just great mixers and producers, and they'll have a plugin and they'll show me it on a mix, and they'll turn it off, and I'm like, wow. And then I get it, and I'm like, it just all depends on what other things you're doing in the mix. So, I suggest it's like kind of cool to show this to everybody, but keep in mind the results for you may be way different because there's so many other things that could be happening in the mix. Right now, of course, we're just listening to an acoustic guitar that had 2 mics on it with no other processing on it. But I think a lot of times this sort of stuff depends on the kind of work that you're doing and a lot of other stuff that you're doing, to get to that point. Now this one is kind of cool. It's got all these other things in here, like you can open it up. So you've got your bias, you've got your sync EQ, repro EQ, noise, and that's the other thing that gets me about this. Oh my God, the thing I hated about analog was the noise. I remember when I got my 16-track 1-inch machine, and I spent $12,000 on the 16-track 1-inch machine in the 80s when I was painting houses, and it was a lot of money and a big loan. And I remember hooking it up, and I was like, yeah. And the first thing I heard was like, because I had other tape machines, but I was using DBX DBX noise reduction, which is good, but it really colors the sound. So it's like, I had it modified to run at 30 IPS. I'm like, oh, there'll be hardly any noise. And I'm turning it on. I could clearly hear the noise. I about cried. I was like, I just took out a $12,000 loan that I'm going to be paying off by painting houses and recording local bands. This is back in the 80s. You get used to it. So the fact that somebody would make a plugin to add noise in just still cracks me up. I've got it turned off, but you know what? I'm going to turn it on now for you. Here we go. Wait, can you hear it if it's just off? Hold on. I think it has to be running. I think it has to be running to be doing the noise. But look, you can turn up the hum and hiss right here. Oh, here, hold on. Let's see if we hear it now.
I hear it now.
Yeah, can you imagine like, hey, can we get a plugin that puts this crap back in there that I hated? Oh, hiss is so cool. No, hiss is not cool. I mean, maybe in certain situations it might be a cool thing. It's kind of a nostalgia thing. I hated hiss. I was so glad to get out of analog. For people who know me really well, they would watch this live stream like, dude, what are you doing? Are you fucking kidding me? You hated that stuff. It's like, well, But they gave me these plugins. I thought I'd try them out, and I'm not slamming the manufacturers here. There's like a real legit reason for this, and the other thing you got to consider too is that the way that I record, because I've been doing this a long time, the way I compress, I got little things that and plus I've got a bunch of gear here. I've got a bunch of great outboard pre's and stuff, and I've got these distressor compressors that do great tape emulation going in, so I don't really need it. But I understand why other people would have it. So I'm going to turn off the noise because I don't want any noise in there. I'm going to just try driving this one really hard. Oh, boy. Oh, I'm hitting the tape really hard. Here, I want to see the reels go again. Just with it. That's cool. Let's move to another one. Okay, here's another one with reels. Oh, let me see if anybody's got any comments before I move on to the next one. Does the plugin sounds close to your tape machine? Well, keep in mind, I was using a Tascam MS-16, which was not on the level of most of these. Most of these plugins are modeled after tape machines like that cost $80,000. Like, hey, kid. Hi. Hey. Appreciate it. $12,000 was a lot of money back then for me to spend on a tape machine, but you got to realize that compared to my friends, they saw this thing as a joke. I had friends that had like Studers, which I think were like $80,000 or something like that. I wasn't going to be able to get something like that. So the modeling's a little bit different, but I do have the 16-track. It's sitting over here. I have used it on some live streams. The thing for me that was kind of funny was when I first hooked it up last year and used it on a video, I expected it to sound a lot more different because I remember really being bugged about the noise. And I hit up a friend of mine, Jason Kingsland, who I've shown some of his gear on here. He makes these garbage ideas compressors. He said, hey, man, keep in mind, you know, you're running at 30 IPS, and the whole point of tape machines back then was to not sound like tape. The guys making tape machines back then were not trying. They were trying to be as transparent as possible. They weren't like, hey, man, let's make this thing sound really like kind of like lo-fi. No, that's not what they're doing. They're trying to make it not sound like tape because you didn't want the noise, and we're trying to make it sound clean. Of course, they did sound different. And then I realized, like, I guess because the way I record now, even though I'm in digital mostly, I actually am doing a lot of things that kind of still get me that sound. But no, I wouldn't be able to say whether these sound like my machine because there's no real good way to A/B them. I have, since I've got this thing hooked up, there's been a few times I've dropped, I've, sent drums over to it and recorded there and put in back Pro Tools because I do like tape compression. So anyway, let me stop talking. Let me play this one. This is the one. Oh yeah, Harper. Where's the damn door at again?
It's under the Ampix text.
Oh, there it is. Okay, boom. It took forever to find that button. Okay, I don't know if there's like a master output here, so this is gonna be kind of hard to A/B because there's not. I don't see like an out. Well, this is there's no like output to level it up, so I'm just gonna fucking play it. Oh dang! Yeah, hold on. I'm hitting it. Okay, we're at 15 IPS. Let me go to 30. Like on this machine, going from 15 to 30 is way more noticeable to me than the other one. I'm curious about something. If I hit stop, oh, I thought the dang tension rollers would move. They don't. Now, what's cool about this one is it goes down to 3 3/4 inches per second, so you get a really like darker sound if you really wanted it. This seems to have a little bit more like tonal differences on it. Like messing around with this earlier, this is the one I kind of like the best. This is the first, as far as I'm concerned, on acoustic, so there it is with it. Got it. Let's try some other tape. I think I keep clicking on 456 because that's just what I used all the time. So my brain keeps telling me it sounds better when I click on 456. Let's see. Lisa Chase Wolf says, I have a love-hate relationship with tape noise. I put it like this. You can tell when a movie was made on film rather than digital, but that is because of the imperfections of film. Same with tape.
Thank you so much for the follow, Aperture.
Oh, appreciate that. Let's see. Let me look over on, Tylo, the Abbey Road J37 tape machine. I've used that plugin. I don't have it right now. I think I was actually using that either as a delay or on my delays, which is what I liked it mostly for. Hiss, hated it. And then Modiak says, noise is life. Well, yeah, it's all noise. It is all noise. It is all noise, actually. Let's see. I think the noise is a type of air for some people. Yeah, actually, that is true. One thing about being on tape with the noise, it would cover up stuff that we notice now. Another thing about tape is it didn't pick up the transients just as well. And transients are those little things at the beginning of a sound that like pop, right? So for me, where that really came in was on vocals. So I've got a Neumann M149, I think it is. It's like a really high-end tube mic that I spent a lot of money on. It sounds so good, I can't use it sometimes. And what it does is it'll pick up like sounds on a singer. Like if a singer's going to sing and they go, it'll pick up like the sound of their lips parting like, And in a mix, when I first got that mic, I was like, God, is there like, am I having clocking issues? Is there some tape jitter sound in here? And I realized, oh my God, that mic is picking up every detail. I think tape would not, you wouldn't hear that on tape or it would smooth that out. Digital kind of catches all that stuff. So that was the cool thing about tape. But I like, the thing about tape I didn't like is that I would mic up like a drum kit or whatever, and I'm just sitting there listening, so I'm just hearing the sound of the mics, right? Because it's going through the tape machine, but you're basically hearing the input. You record it, I play it back, it sounded different. I hated that. I wanted it to sound like the sound I got when I mic'd it. Yes, tape can add something to it, but so then you would compensate. So you go, oh, okay, now it sounds darker, so you'd over EQ and stuff like that. But I like this machine. Now, one thing about this machine, it actually has tape delay too, which I didn't know until like right before the stream. So check it out. I've got it open here. Gotta hit this button. Oh, it's set. Oh, Harper, look, it actually reset the dang delay settings. Did I change it? Yeah, I had the damn timing right. Wait, how do I do this? Or is it right? Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay. No, I think that was a different thing. It was like 400 something. I mean, this is not a great thing to put tape. We're gonna try it. Oh no, you know what? I was doing it on drums. That's right. Okay. I was like, what the hell?
Which plugin?
This is the Ampex HCR 102. That's cool. Now, I will say that I think I liked this one best when we were trying this out earlier. This is the Oxide one, and I didn't even know I had this on my rig till like last night. I was like, oh, because I was digging around like what tape emulators. Now this one's a lot more simple. So here it is without it. It's subtle, and of course, as you can see, I'm hitting the tape. Oh, hold on, it's got noise reduction. Let's turn this off. Which to me, this is kind of like somebody. Oh, I think it was somebody on Twitch was saying that Andrew Sheps uses it like a tone box, which is actually a great way of looking at some of this. Aperture says Oxide on drums is killer. Yeah, we're gonna try all this out on drums here in a minute. And I'm gonna run. I don't want to spend too much time on each plugin for the guitar because I want to like try it on the fiddle and stuff too. But I like this one a lot. Now here's what it is. This is the Chow tape model, and somebody earlier on YouTube was saying they could not really get anything out of it. And I got it. I'll side with you on that. That I was using this. I was trying to use this like to kind of get like tape modeling. Like what does a good tape sound like? The reason I downloaded this thing is because it does really screwed up sounds, which is kind of like what I was actually interested in. So it does have this compressor thing here, like tape compression that I kind of liked. I thought was really, really good. It's got this degrade setting though, which I'm still trying to figure out. Oh no, I think it was Chew. Hold on. Chew does one of these. Oh no, it was Loss. Which I liked it on drums a lot, but it'll do some really wicked, screwed up stuff. What's this? Flutter sync. Oh. I like this control better. Plus, it's got a cool. Look at that window. Look at that. You get this little flutter light down here. It's kind of cool. This is probably something that we'll try out more on drums. Let's go to something a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to skip Real Bus. I got to tell you, I didn't really like, hold on. Oh no, I'm supposed to be in demo mode. I'm going to skip Real Bus for right now. I'm going to go to Phoenix. This is the Crane Song tape emulator. This is really been one of my all-time favorite tape emulation plugins. I feel like it's one of the best. And this was referred to me by an engineer friend of mine, Rusty Cobb, who's no longer in the business. But he said, you just turn up the process 100% and then switch the types. And these, you got luminescent, iridescent, radiant, luster, and dark essence, which I believe is like supposed to like match tape machines, but they didn't, for copyright issues, I don't think put the real name in there. I like this one a lot. I've used it a lot on electric guitars. I've never really tried it on acoustic. I forgot I actually had it. I bought it like last year and then forgot I had it. And then last night I was like, oh, I might use it on this album. So that's what it is. I've got it cranked up. And I think the brightness is like your bias. I'm going to leave it on gold. So I'm just going to go through these. Let's start here on luminescent. Luminescent. I find myself often when I was doing electric guitars in luster or dark essence. So let's see what it sounds like without it. Let me bring that down to trim. So here's without it. Go to dark essence. Interesting. I mean, I like this plugin, but now that I've gone through some of the other ones, I feel like the other ones actually kind of have a bit more of a, like an obvious character to it.
Oh, I just noticed. Also, thank you for the follow, Flaky J.
Oh, thank you so much. Let's see. Let me look back at the comments here. Because like I said, I need to see what y'all say because I don't really use tape emulator plugins that much. I just thought since I got sent the one from Pulsar Modular, Pulsar Modular, that I would try it out on the live stream. And I have a feeling that like some of this is going to sound better on the like on a mix bus or something like that, or on drums. But we're going to swing over to that in a minute. I just definitely want to try it on the. I want to really try it on the fiddle. Let's see what does anybody say here.
What's the biggest reason for you to use tape emulation on something?
I mean, I don't really have a big reason because I actually don't normally do it that much. I've hardly used any tape emulators at all in my career except for this Phoenix plugin on electric guitars, and then this tape head one here I like on banjo and fiddle. But it's, to me, it's not so much of a, I mean, it's technically a tape emulator, but it to me is kind of almost like an EQ for the low mid and a little bit of extra saturation and drive. I mean, which is kind of what tape's doing. But it's not like I turned it on and went, oh, it sounds like tape. It's like, well, it just kind of warms and thickens it up. And I use this all the time. But I haven't done a lot of tape emulation stuff because, like I said earlier in the stream, I worked on analog for years before anybody could afford to buy digital, and I freaking hated it. I ran screaming for digital. But now that I've gotten older and I'm in a different place in my life, and I'm kind of like gotten bored with a lot of the digital stuff, and plus it's kind of become ubiquitous where everybody's got the same plugins. I've been really striving to be, it's almost harder to be unique because everybody's got the tools now, right? So that's why I pulled out my tape machine. It's like just kind of out of curiosity. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but my tape machine sounds different than anybody. So if I drop some drums to it and drop them back in, it's gonna have its own weird thing. And trust me, my tape machine's got some. It's been worked on and it works better. It's got some weird stuff on it, which is not perfect, but that's kind of what makes it cool. Let's see. And actually, the funny thing is, like, there's a plugin in Pro Tools I use called Lo-Fi, and I just barely notch up the distortion knob, just barely touch it, which also kind of gives me some of the stuff that I miss from tape. It's just kind of like some saturation. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Oh, yeah, Peter Martin Music. Yeah, if you want to check out the Stringdusters, you should go check out the Infamous Stringdusters. I've done 3 albums with them and 1 live album with them. We won a Grammy a few years ago. They're technically bluegrass. That's what people call them, but I guess you'd call it more like jamgrass. They're some of the best musicians I've ever worked with in my life. Their live shows, they ain't like most bluegrass groups that everybody's kind of standing there politely. Going and seeing these guys is going like seeing a rock band. I brought a friend of mine to see them once, and we were 3 or 4 songs in before they realized there was no drummer. They're like, oh, wait, there's no drummer. It's like they got a lot of energy. And I've known them for like, well, this is their 20th anniversary. So I've known them for like 3/4 of their career. So, yeah. Tylo asks, what's up with Tokyo Teens? I don't know what's up with Tokyo Teens. I've not really heard from Jimmy lately. He's been busy with stuff. High pass filter for tape emulation? I don't know, Hilton. That's kind of the thing I was wondering about. Like, you know, if I would think that the idea of a tape emulator plugin would be to put it in the first spot on your insert so that it seems like it's coming off tape, I guess, you know. I just haven't done enough experimentation to like come up with like this, this is the way I do it all the time, because I just haven't really done that. It's kind of why I'm doing it now, just to kind of see what these things sound like and see if anybody's got cool suggestions, which is really helpful that somebody was able to tell me that I should, on this plugin here, this new one that Pulsar Modular sent me, that I should actually click on these little lights here to turn them off and on. I'm like, oh, this stuff's very subtle. He's like, you got to click on the lights, dude. Well, thank you very much. Let's see. Kevin Morrison says the Waves J37 is nice on acoustic guitar and fiddle. The UA Ampex is my go-to for full mix bus as an EQ transient softener. I'm definitely going to try this on the mix bus here in a minute. I thought that can was way smaller and Billy was just that tall. What is he talking about?
Some can that you're close to? I don't know.
Oh, no.
The microphone?
I'm a pretty short dude, so I don't know what he's talking about. Audio Frequencies says Billy is my dad. Damn, Audio. Dude, you had to let everybody know. You know, well, okay. I just got one question. Where's my Father's Day gift? Okay. At the end of the bus is what Raygun's Radio Star says about using these plugins on that. Let's see. The soda can. Oh. Oh, Arturia makes a J37. I don't know. These are all the ones I have right now. And like I said, I downloaded some last night. God, you could like, you could go for hours on this stuff. I'm gonna move over to. I want to try it on the fiddle. Let's see. Does he? He doesn't actually play a lot of fiddle. Oh no! Wait, where's the fiddle at? There's a little solo. I'm going to loop the solo in there. We'll try it on there. I actually have to deactivate everything. And actually, I'm going to turn off these other plugins here. Because I'm not using the native versions of these things. So my computer runs out of processing. So I've got them deactivated. But before I move them over here, otherwise it'll totally freak out. Okay. So here, now let me reactivate them. Okay, so let's see. And this is Jeremy Garrett playing the fiddle, who's one of my favorite musicians in the world. Actually, all these guys are kind of my favorite musicians. All right, so here is the fiddle. Now, this is using I think that might be the Fostex ribbon mic. It sounds pretty good. I thought this sounded a little thin coming in compared to what I normally get. I'm normally using like when I record. I didn't record this stuff. This is recorded in other studios. I'm normally using like a Royer 121 on his fiddle. So I was actually thinking about, okay, how can I warm this up? So, let me turn off the automation there. So here is the fiddle. By itself now. Let's turn on this Pulsar modular one. Go back to the factory settings here. Okay, hold on. Let me reset some things here. I'd be hitting it harder. Try all this stuff. So let's try this shelf. Might be above the low end EQ here. Let's try the bias here. Am I losing my mind here? This thing is on, right? Yeah. Let's try the 456. Okay, there we go. I hear that a little bit. I do hear it, right? Am I imagining? Maybe I just gotta hit it harder. It is a low record. These signals are pretty low, actually. I think I just gotta hit it hard, I think. There we go. I think that's doing it, right? Oh, yeah. I think he's just playing higher above where this thing's boosting or something. Helping warm it up a little bit. I'm going to pull up what I normally use. I'm normally using this. So I'm going to bypass the modular. This is Tape Em. There it is with it. And I just realized, too, something. Hold on. I need to import something in here because I had pulled this out of another session, and I think I had a Pro Q3 knocking down a particular frequency that was driving me nuts. Hold on. Let me pull that in here. Where is it? Oh, I did. Hold on. Let me move this because I did start mixing some of this stuff. Hold on just a sec. I'm going to put that first because that was really bugging me before. Okay, hold on. Yeah, this is what I had. Yeah, okay, yeah. I was knocking down, let's see. Get out of the way. I was knocking down 3.5K and 4.4K on certain notes during this solo that were just kind of driving me nuts. It just seemed thin there. So I'm going to leave that on there. I'm going to skip Chow. I'm going to try. I'm thinking about that more for drums. Let's look at this real bus. I don't know what hysteresis is. Oh wait, hold on. I need to be inserted. Here we go.
Thank you, Tylo Productions.
What is it? This plugin's kind of funky, and I probably should have spent more time with this one, but it's got this drive section. I think you can like drive different frequencies here, like in the drive section. It's kind of cool. I don't know. This may not be a great instrument to try this on. I'm gonna jump over to Phoenix because this thing always works. Here's Phoenix. Okay, here it is without it. Without the Phoenix. With it. That's pretty cool. Let's go to the luster setting. Yeah, like that. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Tylo. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think the one I like so far, kind of like in the Pulsar Modular. I think it's because it's got this whole EQ thing in here. It kind of gives me a little bit more control. And I don't know. I just like this one best so far. It's got some presets in here. What does this stuff do? Oh, I don't know if I want to change anything right now. Silky smooth acoustic. Let's try that. Actually, I do like that. I'm going to bring down the high end. Yeah, I'll bring down some high bias too. It's interesting. I noticed they have the modulation on, but it's not really doing much there. It's barely in there. I like that one. That's cool. I think what I want to do actually, I think I'm starting to think maybe I just need to try it on the whole dang Nix, you know? Let me do this. Hold on. I'm going to bring this down here. Oh, let me see if there's any comments here.
Ring System Music knows what hysteresis is.
Oh, what is it?
Well, it tells you right there.
Oh, I got to read something?
It's how the mechanics of the tape machine affect it. Different mathematical models get you different results, like RK8 and RK4.
All right, okay.
Newton-Raphson iterations.
All right, hold on. Let's pull it up.
Chow tape actually lets you
swap. Was it? Oh, that was... Oh, was that Real Bus?
Well, they say also Chow tape actually lets you swap out the hysteresis modeler in the toolbar at the bottom of the plugin.
Okay, hold on. Let's pull that up. Oh, look, there's a thing where if you hold your cursor over it, it actually tells you what it is. How about that? I could read it. Select mode for hysteresis processing. Choose between second, fourth order Rundkutta method. Oh my God, that's too much to read. That's so freaking hard. I don't even know what any of that stuff means. You know what's funny is like I've been mixing records for years and I meet these young people and they know all these fancy words and they know what it all means. I'm like, I don't know what any of this shit means. I just make it sound good. But we're going to try it out now. I'll go ahead and try out Chow. So let's see. Is there like a particular preset I should start with? Let's see. Is there anything like acoustic-y here? I see guitar. Hold on.
Barkful notes that Chow tape is pretty nerdy.
Yeah, some nerdy stuff. Solid tape. I don't know where to start. I just
Ring System says just play around with it. I don't know
God,
what it means
I got to
either.
turn knobs. Okay, fine. I do like the compressor in here. I like hitting shit hard. It's starting to disturb a little bit. Okay, let's plug this now. Up there. God, run away. I don't know what any of this stuff means. I can hear a little bit of a difference, mainly on that V1. I'll probably end up going to the V1 just because the damn thing's louder. Oh, what's this little toolbar? View source code. No, I'm not going there. Oversampling. You know, I just come back from that back in the day, like you had a volume, you had a bass and a treble, and that was it, and some distortion. It's like, there's a lot of stuff to click on here. Oh. The tape speed's cool. Ooh. I think it's because I'm driving it really hard. I can hear when I turn up that, I turn up the treble, and it's like, oh, weird stuff's happening. It's also weird to have an attack and a release on the compression, because I was just thinking tape compression is tape compression. I never thought about like attack and release times on it, but that could be cool. Saturation. Ooh. I like the saturation. Oh yeah, where's the output on here? Oh, output gain, yeah. But what is hysteresis? Hysteresis. I mean, what is that? It's
Lisa
not.
Chase Wolf asks, can you click the arrows and get a different type of tape, like different manufacturers or metal types?
I don't know. I mean, is that what the hysteresis is?
Hysteresis?
Hysteresis?
I mean, you know, we could just look it up. Would you like me to do that?
So, I've heard of this thing where you can look stuff up.
I know, it's amazing.
I mean, the reason I downloaded the Chow tape model one is mainly for drums and like, you know, I mix this kind of stuff, but it's not like this kind of music here is not something where you're trying to go for this like extreme sound. I just want to warm them up a little bit. I'm like, but on my music, you know, y'all have heard my music. I'm going to like make the drums sound like they're coming through a metal pipe in a nightmare where aliens attack algae. I don't know. I mean, it's just weird stuff, right? This is one of those things that's going to be a light touch, right? And I'm not sure if some of this is necessarily the right stuff to try it on, but I thought it'd be cool. Plus, I named the stream trying out tape emulator plugins on acoustic instruments, and now I feel like I committed to something that I don't really have much to show for it because it's so damn subtle. It's already acoustic, right? Not to mention this song was recorded at Mighty Fine Studios in Colorado, and this guy's using like literally vintage, beautiful mics, and his mic selection is great. So it already kind of has a good like analog sound, 96K, you know, type stuff. So let's see. So Ring System Music says the only reason I know what RK4, RK2 are because an acquaintance is using the same math to drive the orbital simulations of his space game. What are you talking about? I don't.
Okay, let's see. And I'm just pulling this from Gear Sluts, but
okay.
Hysteresis helps the gate handling fluctuating signals. This means that once a signal has dropped below the closed threshold, it has to rise to the open threshold for the gate to open, so that a signal that crosses over the closed threshold regularly does not open the gate and cause chattering. A longer hold time also helps avoid chattering. Did that make any sense at all?
Oh, you talking to me? Harper, did you understand that? I didn't.
Okay.
I thought I was. Reading it again is not going to change anything.
No, I understand.
It's literally one of these things where I got to turn knobs. And here's another thing, and I need to be honest with you all too here. I'm going to go ahead and say something here. I was explaining this to Harper earlier today, and I've talked to Chris a lot about it. Y'all see me do live streams where I'm like making music. I'm here with a guitar. I got people in here. I'm like programming something and all that. That's no problem. I do that all the time. No problem. And as a matter of fact, some of my best stuff that I've come up for my music, the Tokyo Teen stuff, the stuff I've done with Slade is during the streams. And it's weird because there's people watching and I'm like, oh, I'm under pressure. But actually somehow that works great. When I mix during a live stream, it changes. mixing during a live stream is very different than tracking during a live stream. I think my brain works differently. I hear things differently because whereas if I'm working on a track and I'm laying down a guitar part or a bass part or singing or whatever, and I go and listen to it later, it may not be perfect, but I always like it better than what I do by myself. When I mix on a live stream, I always like what I do by myself better than what I do mixing during the live stream. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because I think I'm using a different part of my brain or whatever. I mean, it's great to show this stuff off, but I literally never keep. Well, no, that's not totally true. But I most of what I do on the mixing live streams, I don't keep in the final mix. I don't know what it is. But I definitely keep all the stuff from tracking. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's a psychological thing or I can't figure it out. So it's always kind of weird. It's great to show the stuff, but it's hard. And the other thing is maybe it's because throughout my life, I've done thousands of sessions where we're making tracks, where we're playing music, and there's like tons of people in the room. Definitely like on rap sessions, which I did for goddamn years. And, I'm working on a guitar part or we're programming drums or I'm playing bass, and there's like tons of people in the room, and there's a couple of chicks back here and somebody's smoking a blunt, and there's a party. No problem. Plus, it's like a gig, right? I would say 99.9% of the time that I've been mixing, and I've been mixing for decades, I am by myself. I rarely have anybody in the room. And if I do, it's a producer, and it's usually at the end of the mix. Sometimes there's guys sitting there, but they usually don't talk, and they're usually over there like reading a book or something until I'm hours into it, and they go, bring the vocals up, right? It's a completely different thing. So like, mixing has always been a very private, personal thing for me. I never thought about this stuff until I started doing live streams, but mixing is something I've pretty much always done by myself, and tracking is something I always did as a social thing, So anyway, there's that. It gets, you could go down the rabbit hole with that thing, damn hair. So yeah, I think, yes, Real Bus does have a hysteresis settings. The Real Bus one, I'm not digging as much. It's probably so far between last night and this morning and during the stream, I'm probably liking that one the least. The funny thing is, I actually think that I bought Real Bus years ago. I think this is a newer version. And I bought it because of a particular producer who was using it, and I thought the stuff sounded great, and then I bought it, and I didn't think it did anything. So I think I probably let the, it's probably been, upgraded 3 times since then, Here's what I'm going to do. Let me do this. I have a feeling the way to really hear this difference would be better to put it on the mix bus. So what I'm going to do is go, I think I'm going to have to reload them though. Let's go, let's load them in. So we got, hold on, we got that. Boom. And I wonder if it's going to like totally eat up my processing here. Hold on, let me pull up my Universal Audio. Oh my God, I'm maxed out here. Oh, that's weird. When I even if I deactivate something, it hold on. I put Tapehead on here just for the hell of it. And like I said, I love Tapehead, but I think of it more as a like a tone thing. Let me get rid of this plugin here, and we can actually let me move this up here. Okay, let me grab. Okay, we're gonna put the Studer over here. Does it come in as stereo now? Let me see. Harmonic, Studer. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Okay, so let's just do it like this. Let's go like this. I got to bring them over deactivated because it tries to make a cop. I mean, I don't have to deactivate it. And I'm going to turn off this limiter here. Okay. So let me reactivate these things and see what happens with my, there's my thing there. Let's see what happens. Oh, it keeps going away. All right. Let me just turn these on and see what happens. Whoops. Oh, we're going to make it. Oh, we're going to make it. Okay. All right. So let me just put a little quick mix on the band here. I'm going to put a little compressor on this, something real quick on the fiddle, just because I know it needs something on there. Let me just go. Okay, hold on. Let me. I'm gonna turn off my mic so I can crank up the speakers. Let me do just a quick little rough mix, and then we'll put it on the mix bus. There's a little bit of a mix. Before we get into this thing, I just want to point out something here. Man, what is PayPal's last name again? I totally spaced.
Hall.
Oh God, Andy Hall. God, I know all these guys by their nicknames. I know the dobro player is PayPal, but his name's Andy Hall. I actually have to stop and think of what his name is. But listen to what he's playing at the beginning here. He's literally one of the best dobro players around. Listen to what he's doing here. It's so accurate. Listen to this. Now, you know why he's so good? Because he practices all the time. There was one time I stayed in Nashville when I was working with him, and I stayed at his house, and I'd be sleeping on the couch. He would get up and play dobro before he ate cereal or drank coffee. I'm like, that's some damn dedication. Anyway, that's a little rough mix. So let's move over and let me switch to these speakers here. Okay, so let's just try this on the master bus. I think this is where we're gonna see more of a difference here. So let's start with the P821. Oh, Kit, hold on. Actually, I want to check something in my email, but I don't want to do it on the screen. So let's go to another camera shot. Let's go over to Kit. Yeah, and you can do Kit and me. Let's get the chat in there. But because Kit, I need to send you the socials for this plugin here.
Okay.
And I forgot to do it for the stream. So here we go.
Well, while we're looking at me, y'all make sure to hit like over there on YouTube on this live video. And thank you, everybody, watching with us today. Make sure over on Twitch that you hit the follow button. And in both platforms, check your notifications. That means if you subscribe to Billy's YouTube channel, hit that little bell. And greetings. But appreciate your help with all this. Y'all have helped push Billy over 90,000 subscribers on YouTube. So that is very exciting.
Oh, here we go. I'm not ready yet.
Well, actually, let's see. What was it? Casey was asking, says you mix in Pro Tools usually, right?
Well, it just depends. I mean, a lot of times I'm mixing in Ableton. I'm mixing both.
And, oh, no, we're not done, Casey. Billy's just pulling something up, and so I'm running my mouth in the meantime. And yes, a dobro is a resonator guitar. It lays flat on your lap, and you play it with a slide. So you may have seen this, in other... you may have seen it around. But, yeah, y'all should definitely check out the Infamous Stringdusters. This is the band... Actually, this is the band, the Grammy that Billy won was producing an album with this band.
Which is sitting right above your head.
Can they see it?
I mean, if you reach up there and pull it down, just don't drop it.
I'd have to stand up. My arms are not that long. But, yeah. 90,000 subscribers. I guess I'll might as well grab the Grammy.
Might as well drop it. We never really look at it.
I know.
It's a statue, that's for sure.
It's heavy.
Damn right it is. My favorite thing about it was actually the box it came in.
The watch. The watch was cool.
The watch is actually way cooler than anything.
All right. There we go. So, this was one with the Infamous Stringdusters. The album was Laws of Gravity. Highly recommend.
Great album, man.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
And that's not just because Billy mixed it and produced it and recorded it, but it is just a fantastic album. So, pretty cool. I'm going to put that back. Oh, and look, YouTube just crashed.
What? Okay, now... Okay,
Oh,
so...
just in time for a raid from Soundbites.
Oh,
Hey,
Soundbites, thanks so much.
thanks so much.
Kit, I sent you the socials for the this plugin right here that's on my screen. This is the Pulse, the P821 MDN tape plugin by Pulsar Modular. They sent this to me 2 nights
I'm
ago.
hoping you wrote all that down too.
No, I just sent the website over.
Oh, well, that works.
Like I sent the links over, so if you could put that up in there. I mean, they just sent this to me. They didn't ask anything for it, but I figured I should at least shout them out. You know?
Yeah, totally.
They said, "Do you want the plugin?" I was like, "Sure," and they just sent it to me. I was like, well, "I'll put you on the live stream." I like this thing. So anyway, she's gonna put up the socials for this. Let's hear it on. Oh, here's Mark Hendrickson. What's up? All right, here we go. Okay, here it is without this plugin. Oh. Oh, that's cool. See, I can feel that pumping now. It's got everything in it, right? Let's go to, so that's 30 IPS. Let's go to, no, that's 15. Let's go to 30. I'm gonna hit the tape harder. Oh, let me do this. You must hit the tape harder. Now that's very interesting. So to me, it's like I hear a way bigger difference having it on the whole mix than on an individual instrument. But switching between 15 IPS and 30 IPS is not as noticeable as in the mix as it is on the individual instruments, which is kind of strange to me. But I actually really like the way this sounds on the mix. I'm probably going to end up trying this on some of the mixes. I like the, as far as tape formulas, I like the 900, which I don't know what brand of tape that is, but more so than the Ampex 456. I really like this one a lot. Let me try something else here. So here is the Massey tape head. Not so crazy about that. Let me try the Studer. Am I on the wrong plugin? Why are the reels not running? It broke. Whoa! That was weird.
I don't think your voice is in the headphones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it isn't. Yeah. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Here, let me try it again. That's all right. Let me try out the Ampex. I think this is the one that I can't find like an output to like equal it out the volume on it, which is a little frustrating because it's like A being. Of course, I'm going to think it sounds better because it's louder, but I don't see like a plug-in output on here. Well, I'll mess with it a little bit. I will say I like that plugin a lot. It is a little frustrating that there doesn't seem to be a way to set an output to make A being better. But it's interesting, switching between 30 IPS and 15 IPS and 7.5 IPS on this plugin is really noticeable as compared to some of the other plugins. And I remember liking this one earlier a lot. That one's really, really cool. Let's see, is there any... yeah, this one, it definitely, like, it's punching. I like that one a lot. Oh, dang it, there goes my necklace. Let's see. Yeah. Well, the output knob, you're saying that the output knob on the Apex is reproduce. Yeah, so that's like supposed to be the reproduce head. But that I was looking for an output that, because technically speaking, so you got the record head, so that's how hard you're recording. But your reproduce head should be kind of like how loud the reproduce head is sending the signal out, which should technically change the sound too. I was thinking of an output that's just a pure volume, not something that's going to enhance it. So I could be wrong, and that's kind of what I was messing with there at the end. But I feel like, well, let me just try out. Hold on, let me try. See, when I adjust the volume of it, it's actually changing the color. There's no like makeup volume knob that's non-coloring, just pure volume that I can find on here. The other ones I think have it. But I still like this plugin a lot. I think that's really, really good. And I've instantly liked that one before. Let's try, oh no, I don't need that plugin. Let's try this Oxide because I liked it before. I like that one too. It's a little punchy. Now, Mike P., you're saying keep in mind the before and after button. What were you trying to do? What you did, even the vets forget. So what is the before and after button? Are you talking about this AB stuff here? I don't know. I never really used that stuff. Yeah, and you know, this one doesn't have as many controls that I can find. I don't think there's really any more that I can find in here. I don't see if it opens up or anything. But I kind of generally like this one. I thought it was pretty cool, you know. Oh, you like this Oxide? It does work. It's simple. So far I'm liking the. I wish there was an easier way to say this plugin. The PA21. And then I liked the Studer. No, not the Studer. I liked the Ampex, and I like this Oxide. I don't even know if I want to bother with the Chow. I'm going to save that for drums. Let's check out the Phoenix plugin here real quick. Yeah, I like the Phoenix. bass a lot. That's pretty cool. I always tend to end up on that luster setting, whether I'm doing electric guitars or whatever. But I got to say, I really feel like my favorites are the Oxide and the Ampex and the P821. So I'm gonna switch between those real quick. Let's go. Hold on. Let me bring them all up here.
Mike P asks who wrote the riffs. I'm assuming that those dobro riffs are probably Andy Hall's.
This is a song by. Well, yeah, they all write their own riffs. This is a song by Andy Falco from the Infamous Stringdusters, the guitar player, and we know him as Cresty. And so this is one of his songs, and I think this might be one of the ones they're thinking of as a single. But they typically practice a lot, and they'll get together and like spend a week. Like I think this process was a little different, but sometimes they'll like rent out a Airbnb or something like that, and they'll get together because they all live in different parts of the country. And well, 3 of them live in Colorado, but 2 of the guys.
They gradually started consolidating in Colorado.
Well, they were all in Nashville together for a while, many years ago. And so they'll spend like a lot of time just going over the songs. And there's actually a song kit that I didn't realize. It's called, you actually really haven't heard any of these songs yet, have you?
I mean, I've heard, 15-second bits of them repeated over and over.
What now?
I can't hear her mic.
Is your mic on?
My mic was not on.
Oh, yeah. So you've not heard...
I'm usually better at that. I was saying, well, I mean, no, I haven't heard the songs yet, although I've heard 15-second bits of them like over and over.
Yeah. So there's a song called Up From the Bottom that Travis Book, the bass player, sings. And I was talking to Cresty yesterday, and he was asking, like, what are your favorite songs? And I mentioned that one. It's actually written by Panda.
Oh, nice.
The banjo player who was singing it, who is now starting to sing, but he actually wrote that song.
I was impressed when we went and saw them this last time.
Yeah, because
I
he
thought
sang.
He sang really well.
I've known them for years, and I'd never heard him sing. But anyway, they were like, oh, we should get Travis to sing it. So sometimes you'll hear a song. Usually the guy singing it is the guy who wrote it. And then maybe but it's interesting watching them work. So you never really know who wrote the riffs if somebody, the fiddle player could have suggested something. So yeah, but they're all just amazing musicians. And a lot of this kind of comes from improvisation. And there'll be certain riffs that you'll hear that repeat, but every time you hear them do a solo, it's completely different. You'll never hear them do the same solo twice. So anyway, oh yeah, I was going to A-B my favorite one. So let's bring up the 3 I like. And I mean, it's going to be hard to A-B them because the volume's going to be a little different. So let's just play it. So I'm going to start on the PA21. Okay, so quickly, I would say I like them all. The Pulsar Modular plugin, this one here, to me, it makes the low end kind of growl, and it's kind of got this attitude down there. This one here, the Ampex, it's just sweet sounding. It's really, really nice. This one's good. I don't know. I don't really have a word for it, but for me, I like aggressive sounding stuff. This one has like a very, I don't know. It just seems like somebody who's maybe had a couple beers and is kind of like telling like their opinion very strongly. I always like plugins that had a couple beers, so I'm going to go with that one. So those are my favorites. I like those a lot, but it's interesting. I can totally hear a huge difference between them. I'll probably end up using that one on some of the mixes for sure. So I'm going to switch over to something else here. I'm going to switch to, should we do the drums, Harper? Should we do the wacky drums in Ableton from my song, or should we go to the Darren Stanley drums, which are a little more straight ahead?
Probably Darren's, because the other ones are already distorted.
Good point. Yeah. All right, so let me pull up another song here, and let's see, where is that? That is over here. I'm going to try it on drums. And let's see, where is it? Oh, here. And okay. Yes, I could use them up. Like I said, it's weird, like, on some of them, it was kind of cool running them on an individual track, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Lisa Chase Wolf says the P821's flexibility gives it much more appeal. It's just got something in that low end that's kind of like, yeah, man. It's just got a nice attitude. And that's kind of like, oh, the Ampex was on, I can't remember what I had it on. I don't know if it was 456 or 900. Those were the two I was going between good. Yeah, and Saw Machine, they all sound good. I think it kind of comes down to what you like. And, you know, with the Dusters, I've mixed a few other bluegrass groups, and they tend to want things to sound like very, you know, transparent and...
Oh, I was going to say tame.
Okay, I was trying to be nice about it.
I mean, a lot of the time.
The Dusters kind of let me do my thing, and I kind of almost mixed the Dusters more like a rock band, because to me, it's like the Dusters are like, man, they're just there's like a punch to them, you know? So I kind of mix them with a more aggressive sound, and you know, so far there haven't been any complaints. Now that I've said that live, if one of them's watching, they go, "Oh, is that what you're doing?" But no, I don't know. To me, it's kind of like, you know, you could do a bluegrass record and I guess put everybody around a microphone and all that. But to me, it's kind of like when you go see a band live, to try to say I want to mix it so they do it live, like it's an unfair competition, because when you see a band live, you're seeing this performer on stage. You're getting the energy from people on stage. There's a light show. There's a hot chick dancing over there. You got a beer in your hand, and all of that adds to the experience. When you make a record, you don't have all that. You got to make up for it somehow. And I feel like I just think it's a completely different thing. I never really think about live, although when they do their shows live, they're very aggressive, you know, because they're just, I don't know how to describe it. They're jumping around on stage. They're like doing Pete Townsend jumps and stuff like that. And, you know, Kit and I we saw them play in Roswell recently, and it was a weird gig because they're normally playing like, you know, like the Tabernacle or, you know, a bigger venue like that. They ended up playing in a parking lot for a brewery. And I think it was just kind of an individual gig they threw in. And they got there and like, wait, what are we doing? So they just got out there like, it was almost like just a jam, like a party. And it was actually in many ways one of their best shows, because
I think they just, you know,
they're like, what are we doing out here? What is this? It was like they kept calling it a party. Thanks for putting on this party, because it was like a fraction of their normal crowd.
It was a fun show, though.
And it was like really, really good. Plus, they had those CBD drinks.
I enjoyed that, I must say.
I know you did. All right, so let's try some of these out on drums. So this is one of my songs. This is called Hearts Align. And we recorded these drums with Darren Stanley a few weeks ago during one of my 8-hour-long Fly the Wall live streams. I'm just going to loop a little section here. I've got a little bit of parallel compression on the drums. I'm doing... Actually, I'm not doing much EQ. I've got it running through this thing, so I've got, you know, a little compression blended in. just to kind of make them pop a little bit more. So let's just go through it and see what we got. I think I'm looping this one set, and the song's got like all these different sections. I'm doing what I call the Fleetwood Mac section here. I'm trying to reset it. It won't let me reset. This definitely does some crazy stuff. Hold on. I'm gonna give my opinion here, but I'm trying to figure out how to reset this plugin. I can't seem to get it back to. Oh, here we go. Factory default. Okay, here we go. All right, so what I like, once again, I like the P821. I like the Studer, actually, on this one, and I like the real bus. This is the first time I've really liked the real bus on any of this. I will say I've got like a lot of low end on that kick drum, so once I get into too much tape compression, it's a bit much. But I'm just gonna switch between those. I mean, I really like this on the drums. I've never done tape emulator plugins on drums, but I think I will now. I'm digging this. I like the way it's kind of doing this thing with the attack on the drums. I'm just going to switch between those here. So first off, we got this one. Oh, hold on. I had my vocal mic back. I had my mic on. Let me do that again because I had the speakers cranked up. Man, I got to tell you, so on this one, it's interesting, like the P821, man, there's just something it's doing on the low end. I can't even explain it. It's doing this puffy thing. But the Studer sounds great on this one, too. And it's interesting, like I go to 15 IPS, and it actually seems to lose some low end. I don't know. It didn't make any freaking sense. I go to 30 IPS and it just sounds thicker in the low end. It seems like it should be the opposite. But these are my two favorites on here. I got to say, this sucker here, it's got a damn attitude to it. I don't know how to put it in words. I really like that. Let's see. Has anybody got an opinion on that?
Oh, yeah, let's see. Do the plugins also take into account the crosstalk between the channels, which can make up for a distinctive sound?
There was one.
And I know River Oak said that the UAD ones do, and you can turn it on and off, but don't know about the others.
Yeah, we were talking about this on another stream, but I don't know if I see it here. God, what was it? We were talking about on another stream about crosstalk, and now I don't know what plugins we were using. I mean, I was thinking the other day how many live streams I've been doing for the last several months, and it all starts to blur together for me. Like Harper came in today. When Harper showed up, he brought in this acoustic guitar, and it suddenly occurred to me like, oh, I think we were going to do something completely different. And he's like, I didn't bring the amp because I saw your announcement. I was like, oh, I think we have this other plan. Wait, what were we going to do again? But, the crosstalk thing could make a difference. I don't see it on any of these plugins. I just can't remember what it was that we were doing where it kind of came up. I don't know. I can't remember.
Me neither.
But I tell you what, I like the Studer on here a lot. I really, really like that. It's been hidden behind the lid of the Ampex. Hold on. Open. See what? Oh, there's crosstalk right there. Well then, but would you have to have it on another plugin next to it for it to do anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. Good question. I don't know if we'll be able to tell. Let me sell out the drums. I mean, what would I hear if it's only on this one track? Is it gonna? Oh, why is it not? What the hell is this? Oh, I'm on the wrong damn thing. Oh, here we go. Oh, hold on. I got too many plugins on. Here, let's do this. Let me put it on. Let me deactivate a couple plugins because it's going to freak out here. So let me put this on like the music here. Let's see if it does it. Actually, let's just do this. Okay, so I'm going to do drums and the music stem. Let me just reset. It's half-inch. Not really. Maybe I need to go to a choir section where something else is playing. So like right here, the drums aren't playing. Not really hearing anything. Yeah, I don't know what it does. I couldn't hear anything, so I don't know. I don't know what that does. I had it turned on both. I turned them off and on. It didn't really seem to do anything. So Lisa says PA21, if you ran that bass through it, or maybe not for that particular bass in general. Oh, you know, actually, I do have a bass stem. Hey, good idea. Let's see what that does sound like. Let's put it on the bass. Where is it? It's, I just saw it. There it is. All right, let's just check it out. Let me go back to my little loop here. Am I playing bass in this section? Oh, yeah. Do they have any... Okay, so hold on. Let me go back to the drums. Let me get the drums happening here. I'm gonna use this. Ooh. Yeah, it definitely makes the bass a bit more growly. Of course, I've already got a lot of growl in that bass, but yeah, I am digging this plugin. I mean, I like all of them. All of them, all of them are pretty good. I definitely like the Ampex and the Studer Universal Audio ones, but I gotta say this one here, I'm kind of blown away by it. It seems like some of the other ones can do some like kind of radical stuff, and definitely that Chow plugin is kind of crazy. Not for any of these songs, although I might go and throw it over on this other one before I end the stream, because I want to hear something now. But it does. I think it has to do with tape compression, even though there's no tape compression knob on here that I see. It's doing this thing, and it's like this thing. It's like sweetening the attack or something. I don't know. I'm blown away by this thing for drums. It's subtle, but not yet subtle. Like I could do parallel compression, and you go, oh yeah, you know. This thing's doing something. It's going to end up on my drum bus for sure, man, and maybe on some of my master buses as well. I'm pretty blown away by it. I'm going to need to experiment with it a little bit more, and I should probably mirror that what's that Manuel thing? Manuel. It's got words and pages and stuff like that. I think there's one that goes with it.
I've heard they're helpful.
I've heard of these Manuel things. I should probably read it. I read one once a long time ago.
The Ableton one just holds up the lava lamp.
I have an Ableton manual?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's just...
It's holding up a lamp?
A lava lamp in the cabin.
Yeah. Man, I got to tell you, I could try it on guitar. Let's see. What guitars like? These are all stems on this song. See, what do I got? Oh, you know what? Actually, let's...
Mark Hendrickson says, try a guitar.
Okay. Yeah, that's what... So let me switch over to Ableton. Let me deactivate a couple things in here because I'm going to go to Ableton now. And I got this other song. Hold on. I think... I got it open here. So it's a completely different... And I will tell you, so the drums in here are already all screwed up because I used these... let's go to the gear shot. Does it show these things? Here, move it over here and turn on the little light there. Or I'll get it. And I need to actually make some videos about this. So these drums were done using this thing right here, the Garbage Ideas units, these compressors, and I did another live stream and I played drums, and it's literally, so these drums were done with one cheap microphone, and I slammed them through these things so that they already kind of have a weird sound on them. But yeah, let's go back to the DAW shot. So it's you already, like, I'll play what the drums sound like without anything.
He asks, is it on the master bus, this emulator?
No, I'm going to try it on guitars, and what you were just hearing it on was just drums, and I had it on bass. Hadn't put it on the master fader yet. I had it on the master fader when I was doing the bluegrass stuff, which actually was really great. But here's what these drums sound like now. This is one microphone with going crazy through here. It's on 2 tracks because I split up the kick and snare because I wanted to tune something different. And just so you know, that's me playing drums very badly. So we could try it on the drums here. I'm going to just cut my mic here so I can crank my speakers up. And these are all Harper settings. Harper, your settings are going to be on display here. This is what Harper set up earlier. So I'll go with that on the drums. Now let me go over to guitar.
They want Harper to say hi. Show us Harper.
Harper? There's Harper. Here, hold on.
There he is. There he is.
There he is, but we can't see your hair, but your hair's not doing anything crazy today.
Not today.
Well, here, take off your hat. Let's take a look there. What's going on with your hair?
Got the little blonde going on.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, here we go. Get a light on him. He's the most stylish person around here. Look at that. All right, so let's try this on some acoustic guitars here. Actually, I'm gonna have to. Let me take some. I'm gonna get rid of some stuff so I have processing available here. I'm gonna. Oh, why did I do it like that? Hold on, I'm being a dummy head. Hold on.
You put this beat together on a stream, didn't you?
Yeah, it was like right before we went on vacation. Like literally I was thinking about it. It was the day before.
So you finished this, and we packed the van.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Billy is really good at vacation Tetris.
Yeah.
Getting all the stuff in the car.
Getting all the bikes on top of the van, and oh my God. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to go. I'm just trying to move these over. I can't duplicate some of this stuff because I'll run out of processing. Unless I quit Pro Tools. Actually, I'm probably done with Pro Tools. Let me go ahead and just quit Pro Tools, and that'll free up some processing. Let me see. Where's my thing here? See? Oh, there we go. Boom. Didn't free up as much as I'd thought. All right, the hell with it. Okay. Okay, there, and I guess I'll throw that one over here. All right, so let's listen to these acoustics, which are also recorded through that compressor, so they're already a little crunchy, but let's just see what it's the best thing I got right now. Uh-oh. Okay, so what do I have? Okay. Yeah, I'm on that acoustic guitar. I think I'm torn between the Studer and the P821. But like I said, they all sound good. Those just kind of, I don't know, do something. I mean, this is really interesting. This is probably like what you've seen me do here is probably the most I've experimented with tape emulator plugins ever, except like I've used a ton of that tape head and the Phoenix, but it was just for specific things. I never really thrown it on a drum bus or anything before. It's not been into it, but I'm going to be using this P821 here a lot. It's really damn cool. Pretty excited about that. Let's see. Any comments up here?
I pulled up a picture. You were talking about putting the bikes on the van. I don't know if we can.
Oh, actually, oh no, I don't have it on the driver.
Yeah, because transporting 5 bikes and we don't have a proper bike rack for it. So Billy has a way of getting them up there, and it's very secure. Luckily, my brother transported one of the 5 bikes for us.
Yeah.
So that's 4.
Yeah, we got all the bikes up on the van, and yeah, that was a hell of a trip. But yeah, this is all really, really cool. Lisa Chase Wolf says there's so many tape emulation plugins. Main focus is on flutter noise. Very few get really great tape compression. And yes, I agree. In saturation, that's the thing I'm digging here. And actually, this Chow tape thing, it does the tape compression not kind of in an overblown way, but I actually really, really like that a lot. Some of the other ones, I never quite heard it so much. I think the Universal Audio ones kind of do it a little bit, but a lot of it, to me, seems to depend on the source, what it is that's going in. Kind of changes the way they react, whereas the P821 kind of, to me, did a similar thing on most of the material. I don't know why that is. Who knows? Let's see. Yeah, the mid-range is great. Try mixing in Reason Studios with Stock Point. I never really mixed in Reason. I actually used to use it for loops a long time ago, and then that was on my older rig. I probably still have a license for it somewhere. I think they came out with a new one. I was thinking about seeing if I can upgrade or something like that. Let's see, whatever. Okay, the black one. They all sound great. I think it's kind of a matter of, what you're going for. I couldn't say that any of them are necessarily bad. Probably the one I was least impressed with, I didn't have it in Ableton, but in Pro Tools, was the tape head. But like I said, I never really thought about that one as a tape. To me, it's just it just does something in the low mid. That's all I use it for. It never really struck me like tape compression or anything like that. It just does some cool saturation on the low mids.
Lisa Chase Wolf notes there are so many tape emulation.
Oh, I already read that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
You were looking up bike pictures.
I probably
You were
was.
just looking for pictures of me. I think that's what that was
absolutely.
all about. You just wanted
That's
to
right.
see it, look at me and my bikes and all that kind of stuff, Oh, Jake's here. Hey, Jake, what's going on? Let's see. So anyway, I'm probably gonna end the stream because I gotta jump back to working on a video and I need to eat something. And Jake actually reminded me of something. I doubt there's any here, but if by some chance, and I got to make an announcement on Facebook, if there was anybody who happened to at some point during the last 30 years record in my studio, The Zone in Norcross, north of Atlanta, and did not get a picture on the old couch, hit me up because we're going to be burning that couch on May 10th.
That kind of, Victorian-looking one that was in the I guess the lounge in the Zone.
If any of you have watched some of my videos where I talk about my past and all that, you'll have seen some pictures of like Little John and Bone Crusher and a lot of people. And in a lot of those pictures, they're sitting in a room with blue walls and they're sitting on a couch. We're talking about that couch. It's been in a ton of my videos because I've probably got over 100 pictures of people sitting on that couch. And right now, Darren Stanley, who played drums on the other song we were working on with the other drums, he's living there now. And he's kind of like, I go there to mix, but he's kind of taken over other parts of the studio. And I said, we got to get this couch out of here. It's taking up room and it's falling apart. Can I throw it in a dumpster? I was like, no, it's a famous couch. A lot of famous people have been on it. It's going to get a Viking send-off. So we're going to bring it up here to where I'm at now. We're having a party on May 10th. and anybody who was not ever pictured on that couch, we're going to take pictures of them on the couch. Then we're all taking it down to the field, and we're going to burn it. And Jake, I have no pictures of you on that couch. So you got to get here. Yes, Jake, we're burning that one. It's falling apart. If you saw it, you'd be like, oh, my God. But no, we need to get you on it. And I think Marvin Cash hopefully are coming. And there's a bunch of, I think I'm just going to put a Facebook notice out. But it's only for people who worked at the other studio and sat on the couch. I'm going to try to live stream that. We're still trying to figure out how to get.
Yeah, still working on the.
How do we get a
live stream
camera
thing.
down into the field? Because it's like.
Because we have no decent cell service.
Harper, how
at
far
all.
away is because it's out in the middle of the field. How far would you say that is?
I mean, it's what, 200 from here to the little house.
So it's going to be like
longer.
It could be close to 500 feet away.
Yeah, easy.
So somehow I got to get a camera 500 feet down there, and then it's like, well, you could do it with Wi-Fi, but I don't know if our Wi-Fi reaches the field. So maybe I could run.
We'll see if maybe we can have a boost. Maybe move a router, like because we've got.
Well, I've got a couple of long.
I was going to say.
Ethernet cables, so I could maybe run an Ethernet cable down the driveway from the little house.
I was going to say you could run it because we've got.
And then run a router, and then if we can get Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
it'll be. But yeah, I don't know.
And
No, it's not 100. Well, 100 yards. How much is a yard? So 100
be like
yards is 3
300
feet. So
feet.
it might be. It might be.
It's more than that, wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
A
so
booster, yeah, I was thinking about that, Mark.
Yeah, we're gonna try. Yeah, we'll try something. So we're going to try that on the May 10th. When
A
is that?
repeater, that's the same thing as a booster.
It's coming up
isn't it?
soon. God, I'm
May
sleepy.
10th, I mean, where it's like,
Oh,
what?
my God.
It's less than 2 weeks now, right?
Yeah, and I got to get ready for it. And the last time we burnt a couch, the plan, because we burn couches around here. With all things like we're going to shoot
It's
a
a thing,
flaming
that's right.
arrow to light the fire. And, you see this in movies all the time, like, oh, shoot a flaming arrow.
No, we weren't burning a couch that day. It was the giant demon head.
No, we shot a flaming arrow for the devil head, too. When we burnt the devil head. The thing is, it's actually really hard to shoot a flame. Has anybody ever tried to shoot a flaming arrow? It's almost impossible. We tried dousing it with gasoline and all that, and it's like, oh, and then you shoot it and it just blows it out. I think we had to wrap we somehow and we had to like, you can't shoot it fast. It's like, but you see these movies and it's like a Viking.
It goes out.
I mean, the Vikings did it, right? The Vikings shot flaming arrows at a boat in a lake and caught it on fire. It's in the movies. So anyway, we're going to try
We tried that, Lisa Chase Wolf. We had like cotton strips.
We
from
tried
an old,
everything.
Yeah.
I've got video of me like with a gasoline can.
Tannerite, yeah.
It's like, is this safe? No, of course not. Anyway, so Tannerite. Oh,
gosh.
Okay. So anyway, if by any chance,
Gonna really break in the new neighbors.
oh my God, yeah, we got new neighbors. Luckily, they're about a half mile away or so. So if anybody ever worked at that studio, hit me up privately and I'll tell you about the party. Jake's like, Tannerite, yes. Come on, Jake, come up with something. I know you know about stuff like this. Anyway, need Zippo fluid, not gasoline. Huh. I guess that's okay. We'll try. Maybe that's what we need. All right. Hold on. Somebody's texting me. It's somebody like, hey, when's the party? Oh, no, it's somebody trying to buy my house. Anyway.
Oh, those things.
Every day. Do you want to sell your house? No, I live here. Anyway.
I will throw this in there because Nikki has been patiently waiting.
Oh, what?
They wanted to know, have you tried the free Convology XT reverb? I don't think you have.
No, where is he asking that?
C4? No, Jake. Oh, no, that was quite some time ago. I saved it.
Nikki, just send it over to Crystal. I'm so tired because I only slept 3 hours last night. I'm starting to fade here. So please send it over to Crystal.
I think he already did.
Yeah, I got to go make some coffee now, and then I got to work on a video. So anyway, hey, this was a lot of fun. Once again, it was like cool. I didn't expect this. Like last night, and I was even talking to Harper this morning. He's like, I don't know. I don't think this stream's going to be that good because I don't know. I just, but once I kind of got into it, and especially once I started putting it on the mix bus and the drums and all that, I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm pretty excited now. So this has been really, really, really cool. Oh, Soul Machine says, catapult a Zippo lighter. Maybe we tie a Zippo lighter to an arrow. I don't know. Anyway, I will be back next Wednesday. I think we're going to do another deep dive, not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. And so if anybody's on my Patreon and wants to be involved in, one of the deep dives, please put some comments up on the Patreon, or let us know on Discord, or email me at contact Billy Hume. However, but yeah.
So in case y'all don't remember, Billy does these deep dive live streams where he has a topic and he really does a deep dive on mixing and production techniques with that topic. So this last one was all about low end. And he really spends some time on these, and they are available to anybody on Patreon currently at the $10 subscription level or above. So very affordable right now. That price will go up. But if you're interested in checking them out, I highly recommend you join us over on Patreon. And before we go, going to remind everybody, hit like on the YouTube live stream video today. If you have not subscribed on YouTube, please do so. Hey, see if y'all can help push us that last bit up to 100,000, because Billy crossed 90,000.
Yeah, I think Mark had said something about cough. What do you mean cough? No, you mean couch. Burning cough? No, you're talking about burning couch, dude. What are you saying here?
I mean, I suppose you could light it with a burning cough. I don't know. Hey, Casey, are we rating anybody? I don't know how many people we got on Twitch. Coffee, yes. I'm gonna. Oh, Lisa knows what kind of coffee I make. Look at the little thing there. Billy, I made that.
Oh, you made that?
I made that.
Oh.
We're talking about an emoji over on Twitch, a custom emoji.
All right, I need to end the stream. I'm about to fall asleep, and I'm losing my mind now. All right.
So, subscribe on YouTube. Hit the notification button. Join us over on Patreon. Get these deep dive live streams. Learn a lot more about mixing and production over on Twitch. Thank you guys for being here. Please follow. And, the notifications seem to be working just fine on Twitch now, but for a while they weren't. So if you're not getting notified, just check your notification settings.
Yeah. Don't worry, Mark. I will be recording this, and I will be filming it in, some slow motion footage. And yes, we will look into finding a dragon.
Yeah, techniques.
We're sampling
right.
couches. Yes, Soul Machine. We are sampling couches now.
Oh, nice. So over on Twitch, we'll be rating Phil Luna.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all being here and being involved in the stream. I'll see you next Wednesday. Harper, say goodbye. Kit, say goodbye. All right, everybody, goodbye. Be unique. Take 2, take 3, take 4, take 5, take whatever.